Let's hang out with Yufa.
Thank you very much. Let us pause.
Something's amiss.
Oh!
Oh, Yufa! It's her. What shamelessness.
Truly.
Pardon?
You!
Don't play us for fools. We know this is all you're doing, pagan.
Oi!
Where did you take Sector Hyperic and the sick ones?
What?
Are they gone?
That can't be.
No.
Just the worst.
I heard what happened. You insulted Sancticism, and Sector Hyperic was the righteous, was in a righteous rage. No, you misunderstood. I just wanted to help those people in the cellar. Yufa, are you a bad person like everyone says? I just want Mama back. Give her back, please. Do you people have no hearts? They called you minions of the devil. But now I believe it. That illness is pagan handiwork for certain.
No, we mustn't yield.
Wait, please. I just want to talk to you all. You're wasting your words. They're not going to listen. At least not right now.
No.
But, well...
No.
Are you all right?
That's true, but
I should be asking you that. Are you scared?
Thank you very much. Oh.
I can't believe they treated you as badly as they did me. If anything happened to you, well, I wouldn't have cast a lifelong curse. I would have cast a lifelong curse on them.
I think not.
I wouldn't actually do that. But I did truly fear the look in their eyes. I understand being worried for those who have disappeared. If this altogether... When they started crowding, I could see the disruption of Magla around them. I hesitated to give voice to this, but it felt like a possession.
But then...
But what can I do to help when they see me as some sort of great enemy?
listen.
Let's try to figure something out. You always seem so unshakenly optimistic, and your conviction. How are you the way you are? I never feel any sense of hesitation from you. I really admire that. I worry constantly, and I'm always looking for answers.
Sure.
Taking action and being decisive is important.
Wow!
Is that so? I saw it always proper to conclusion first. After much thinking and deliberating. But while deliberating, come to more confused, and I'd end up never taking any action at all. I was struck, unable to change, left behind really. I began to feel like such a fool. Eventually, it was simply my fate that never changed. My destiny was to be born a priestess and die as one.
But then...
But now, I start to think my fate might be on my own. Maybe I can bend chance to my will. After all, it was by chance that I met Ovi and Hyperic. Yet now I care deeply about what happens to them. If my feelings can be altered so dramatically, then my destiny may be one change and transformation after all.
I do believe
And now, I want to transform the source of strength for Ovi and Hyperic.
Yeah.
Then let's help them out.
Thank you very much.
Let's start the search for Hyperic and those who are sick. Rank 5!
The old, cowardly me is no more. I must.
Oh.
What's up, Del? Something on your mind?
That's nothing. Just thinking.
About?
Oh no. You're not still feeling unwell, are you?
It's just a twinge now, that's all. I'm sharp as ever, me.
You sure? Because I remember once the big fever passed, you went hot and cold again a couple more times. I'd never seen you go down like that.
I said I'm fine, didn't I? God, but you don't worry too much. Come on, I'm starving.
Is that a face tat, or is she an actual Triclops? She's an actual Triclops. The race that she belongs to has 3 eyes, yes. The 3rd eye is made for seeing Magla. Or magic, basically. Also, hi, Meteor.
Something's bothering me.
Really? He seemed pretty healthy to me.
Just a bad feeling, I suppose. It was a human that wounded him. Hard to say whether the Magla might have any nasty side effects. You know.
You mean he may need magic healing? I don't know if we're gonna find that here on the island.
Hey, is there any way we could get Rella to take a look at him?
This game's world and lore building is actually kind of great, Meteor. Also, Meteor, have you heard this of this game
can take a turn
before?
for the worse incredibly fast, no matter how healthy you are. I'd rather not let it fester.
Well, we do claim to help anyone in need, eh? But don't forget that we're fighting a battle. And if you cannot distinguish friend and foe on the battlefield, it will be your end.
I know you're right. But I get the feeling those two are telling themselves the same thing.
What if now, what if, instead of speeding to her doorstep, we ask her saintliness to come here? It'll just take a bit of conspiring to get our story straight. I mean,
That's a theory.
I'm not normally a chap to take sides in this sort of thing, but those two hardly strike me as the evil type.
Look, Captain, I wouldn't feel right ignoring this. Will you please go to the royal capital for me?
No problem. I'll go.
Not even worth thinking about. We're going to help people.
I knew you'd say that. Well, if Rella's coming here, I guess it won't be that much trouble.
Thanks. I remember I called you too soft once. I see now I was wrong.
If that's sorted, let's get it done sharpish before any complications crop up.
How are you doing, Meteor? What's going on today?
Thank you so much for your help leading the evacuation. They tell me not everyone got a chance to thank you. So on their behalf...
Tram told me when that came out, and I was thinking about it next month, because I do love Atlas games. Horror-driven games? Huh? Where and horror-driven games. What are those? And who's Tram? What? This Atlas game, this is probably Atlas's best game so far. That I played, at least.
Don't worry about it. Didn't want the annihilation of a whole village on my conscience is all.
Wasn't expecting you to handle the evacuation side, Del. Thought for sure you'd be the first in the fray with the human.
They healed me up. Gotta repay the favor, don't I? Wouldn't feel right otherwise.
And then for their sake, you should take care of yourself, too.
What? Who the hell? No way. Aren't you Cinderella?
You're joking. You're not joking. Why is she here?
I called for her, and she came. You that surprised? I know people in the Crown Theocracy. My work speaks for itself these days.
It's almost time for the Saints' Day festivities in Montario. Having been invited, I was in the area. I heard about your splendid work, Fidelio and Basilio. I hardly recognize the two of you.
This game is fantastic, and don't get me started on the art design.
Of course. This is a bit of a reversal, though. Back then, it was you helping treat Basilio's wound. I can tell how far you've come since then.
Ugh.
But I've also heard about your own injury. Your right foot, I'm guessing. Have you felt any sudden fevers come on? Let me have a look. Yes, that should do. I can see you had an expert looking after you already. Physically, you're as well as anyone could ask. But...
That's fair. Psychological? Yeah, that's fair. That's how I would. That's definitely a way to describe this game. Yes. Also very political.
Fidelio, is there something you feel lost or anxious about?
Where's that coming from?
I've talked to lots of people and observed the flow of their magic. By now, I'm certain that Magla is connected to our emotions. When I speak to someone who's feeling strong emotions, I can sense the state of their heart as if seeing it with my own eyes.
Catherine's great.
Nah, I'm sound. Nothing's getting me down.
I see. Then you should be fine. Just don't take life for granted, or your treatment will have been for nothing. Keep on living, all right?
Also, to point out, the smaller one there is the older brother, Meteor.
For now, let's see. Run to the beach and back with Basilio. If you can make it without slowing down, then clearly there's nothing wrong with your foot.
Hey, sounds like a laugh. Just like when we were kids. Step lively, Del, or I'll leave you behind.
Hey, what the hell? I said I'm fine. Oh, damn it. Basilio! Hang on!
Thanks, Rella. When you told me about the first time you'd saved someone's life, I didn't realize you were talking about them.
You're in Luis's entourage now. Yet you needed our stories to match in front of the brothers. You're swimming in dangerous waters, aren't you? Not just that, you've got a gauntlet runner that can teleport across the land and an elder captain who wields it through magic. That's a lot to take in.
Well, how do I put this?
I didn't realize it when I met you before, but you're already one of the top candidates. I saw the King's Rock. Are you intending to confront Luis?
Do you know anything about the story? If Halloween wasn't over, I'd replay Catherine Full Body Edition for my PS5. Sounds like an ad with it. If it wasn't already Halloween, I would be playing Catherine Full Body Edition on my PlayStation 5. You should get your Catherine Full Body Edition for PlayStation 5 right now.
I can't say right now.
Well, I guess you don't really have to.
So you are committed to this path, no matter what. I knew this day might come. It's not my place to stop you.
Come now, do you have to be so bleak? I've already spent my fair share of time with Luis, you know.
Don't underestimate Luis. As far as the Crown Theocracy knows, the King's magic will protect the highest candidates from any harm, and they think that guarantees their safety at the festival. But I've done my research. Some attacks the barrier can't stop. I believe the magic only prevents underhanded approaches, like ambush.
Yeah, okay, fair. Yeah. I'm gonna say no to that one. She is transsexual. I'm aware that she's transsexual, yes. The word you used is can be considered very derogatory to some trans people. So I have banned it in my chat because I'm a firm ally of people who choose to transition, and I want to, yeah. I'm just explaining it because a lot of people don't know. Like, people hear it and they think, oh, it's just a funny word or a funny term, but it has been to certain people it is very offensive. So I like to be respectful as well. Not saying you intended it, it's just, so a lot of people don't know. I didn't know. I made that mistake myself in a voice chat with a person that was a very good friend, and I unintentionally hurt them. So
there's a loophole.
It's not widely known, but take a duel, for instance. Both parties identify themselves,
hopefully
fight with consent.
Hopefully I
and the
didn't
magic
offend
won't
you or
protect them,
hurt you in any way
no
by
matter
saying
their
that.
standing.
But if you just have to identify yourself and agree to fight... Was that why the battle with Gladel?
Suffice it to say, the King's Shield is not perfect, and Luis will surely exploit that. I have a terrible feeling there will be bloodshed before Saint's Day is over. I won't try to stop you, but be careful down the road, all right?
Yeah.
Yes. Understood.
Then please, look after Juna.
Ugh. You do know I'm not a child anymore.
Keep up, Del! Gotta be faster than that!
You spring-heeled bastard, you've got the height advantage. Damn it, you haven't won yet.
I suppose we'll have to leave it there.
Can't deny it this time, though. You lot did fantastic.
And Lady Juna's safe too. I owe you thanks for that, if nothing else. The islanders gave us a map of the east side of the island. Their way of thanking us, I suppose. You're welcome to it, if you don't waste it.
See? Old Del's great at looking after people. He saved loads of them in the evacuations.
Oh, belt up, would you? Been meaning to ask. That's a book, yeah?
Are they gonna read it? Wait, the implication of reading the book is...
Didn't take you for a book reader. Lord Luis likes them, though. Often got his head buried in one.
By the way, doesn't Lord Luis have this same book? I hear it's been banned.
How should we know? Not like we grew up round books. People barely literate nowadays, frankly.
So, what's it say? As long as we're killing time anyhow, let me see it.
The implications! I'm so happy!
In this world, one can become anything they desire. Neither birth nor status decides your occupation.
Huh? Sounds grand, that. You think this place really exists?
Meteor, how much do you know about this story? The story of Metaphor.
Of course not, you muppet. It's a fantasy, remember? Anyone is free to become anything. This is a paradise of equality and freedom, devoid of discrimination or prejudice. Pretty words, then. But if everybody's free to do what they want, they'll work out their own reasons to be prejudiced.
Fair. Okay. So a little bit, I go into this probably every single episode on YouTube, so YouTube, I apologize. But the story of this game takes place in a world, a fictional world that has our world as a fantasy book, which is what this book is that they're reading is about. The book, our world is a fantasy to them. It is a utopia. Their world is separated into 7 factions, seven tribes. Which I don't remember the name of all 7, which is why some of the races look the way you do. In their world, the 7 tribes are divided through prejudice, discrimination, etc. Certain tribes are held exactly utopia. Certain tribes are held to a higher standard than others, or treated with more respect than others. The prince of their country was in an attempted murder, and had a curse placed upon him that put him into a deep sleep. And then years later, the person who attempted to kill the prince ended up killing the king as well, who was the person, Luis, that they're talking about. On the day of his funeral, he tried to seize the throne with the king placing a spell on the kingdom, where the common folk, the people of their kingdom, would vote for popularity, the next king of their nation, using magic as sorts. So a royal king's game, a royal election, basically. Our group wanted to save the prince and awaken him from the slumber, and so the only way they could see doing that is by killing Luis. But he is protected by the king's magic by being one of the people participating in the election. So we are trying to get close to him in order to find a way to get close to him and kill him, thus reawakening the prince. And that's where we're at now in the story.
You can call it a utopia, but I reckon people living in it might romanticize our world too.
Fidelio and them are... I feel like this is calling me out. I just read what he just said. You can call it a utopia, but I reckon people living in there might be romancing our world too. I feel called out. There's a reason why his face is staring at me right in the screen. Like he's looking at me.
At the end of the day, dreaming of escape will only ever be a dream. Nothing changes unless you do it with your own hands.
Fidelio and his brother are working under Luis currently.
Aye.
Basilio.
But if we really could do anything, I quite fancy opening up a little diner with you, Del. You like singing, eh? And I'm dead handy with a cook pan. We could invite Lady Juna over, host a fancy soiree of our own. Every night, just us and our best mates living it up. You telling me you don't like the sound of that?
Get your head out of the clouds, Baz. We're long past being able to get away with that. Doesn't matter anyway. A dream is just a dream.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Flames Day.
Now then.
Yes, of course.
I like Basilio too. I really do hope he joins the party.
Didn't expect them to throw such a party before our departure. A far cry from our first night here in a cell.
I hear 'tis a festival in the Dragon God's name, meant to ensure a safe sea voyage. In place of a lighthouse, their fire is kept burning until the morning.
So you're familiar with Atlas games then, Meteor, right? This game uses the press turn combat system.
I say, these locals are barely well informed. They're up to their gills in practical and theoretical Magna theory. Not as focused on the mechanicals as us mainlanders, but the land's far from barbaric. Their insights could rather improve the runner's design, you know?
Really?
Speaking of, I finished with the lance replica.
We're finally ready.
Woo! Grand, ain't it? Dell's all better, and we've got some choice souvenirs to bring back to Lord Luis.
We're not out of the woods yet. Don't be too quick to celebrate.
Hey, come on, lads, loosen up! It's a party! We've all had a little fun.
And you? What's a sanctus fat cat like you doing getting all giddy over a pagan festival?
Pagan festival? But also, the way he said fat cat sounded like something else. Oh, what's a sanctus fat cat?
I have to laugh, don't I? You know, I thought the Crier's life had made me pretty knowledgeable about our world, but turns out most of what I knew was lies. Makes me think, maybe this is how my old father felt.
Crier a family trade, eh? Imagine that.
The Crown Theocracy does love their hereditary titles. Yeah, my old man was a serious fella. More than me, that's for sure. He called out corruption where he saw it. Made him a pariah. But there you go. Yeah, I remember he once flat out suggested igniters were more dangerous than the Crown Theocracy was letting on. And there was that riot in the slums, of course, the one started by that Parapus. The church dismissed it as paupers revolting over their conditions. But my old man...
So you know what the press turn is then, right? And how hard it is.
It wasn't a riot at all. Outright accused the Crown Theocracy of turning an innocent Parapus feral through horrific magic experiments.
What?
Who knows what really happened there? Either way, nobody took my father seriously. He was condemned as a liar. And he died young. Just the way it is, I suppose. People will always prefer their own feelings to the truth. Happiness is a luxury hard to come by otherwise.
Ouch. That is sharp. And so freaking accurate. Especially with what went down recently. With the elections. Yikes. That's smarts. People will always prefer their own happiness to the truth.
Hard to care about the world after that. I was a poor excuse for a crier, if you ask me. It's beyond weird. Somehow, you lot have managed to make the world seem interesting again. I'm genuinely grateful, you know? Makes a man feel as if he owes you.
You owe us nothing. Can't afford any rumors about you being biased in our favor anyway.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Honestly, though, you need anything, you've got me on your side. I'll do what I can. For now, I'll catch a boat ride to Altabri ahead of you. Once this festival's over, it'll be farewell for the moment. So, let's make this a bash to remember.
Now, time for some fun. Bring out the treats!
Ladies.
And those are?
Pretty.
The fruit is called Dragon's Tears. They're quite precious. Their tree only bears once every few years.
Really?
Ah, just delicious. Beyond delicious.
Wonderful. This again. Hulkenberg's tastes are a dubious metric at best.
Please, it's the rarest of harvests, and we would like to share it with you.
The juice burst forth as soon as I put it into my mouth.
Sounds. I feel quite...
Please don't tell me she's drunk.
Right?
Oh, it has happy
What's going
juices
on?
in them.
There's something odd about the way those two are laughing. But he's crying. What is this fruit?
You see, in old times, so long times ago people ate this to reach a higher plane of existence and talk to the gods.
Yeah, this fruit has,
Ha! Yes, you certainly appear to have reached some higher state. Glad I passed.
Phew.
We're blazing.
Finally back to normal.
We're blazing.
Well, that sure felt like a festival. Not that I'm complaining. Oh, and did you hear? The people of this island make a wish over that flame. It's said that if you write your wish on a piece of paper,
we blaze
it'll
them.
bring you good luck. Have you decided on someone?
Let's bring Yufa. Are you going to be playing Veilguard, Meteor? See, looks different today. Perhaps it's because I'm with you.
Oh.
I'm sorry, I forgotten something very important.
I beg your pardon.
I'm sorry to have kept you waiting, but all is well now. Shall we go?
Hold on.
Well, what's the mask for all of a sudden?
In truth,
there is peril gazing upon a smile such as mine. So by donning this mask, I am protecting you. See, Juno warned me that my smile was enough to knock everyone out.
That was a great help.
And thank goodness you did, as my carelessness now might have killed you. I'm glad I remember her words before letting myself grin. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. What she said is a turn of phrase, an idiom.
Indeed.
What? Did I misunderstand? Actually thought she meant I was capable of one-shot kill with a mere smile. I suppose not. I'm glad to have learned I'm not in truth. And I have you to thank for it. Now, I'll remove this mask before it is rather stuffy. Were you able to make a wish? Me too. I wish with all my might that we may receive the Dragon God's blessing as we set out to a new sea. It's largely symbolic now, but the festival actually started out as a ritual. On the eve of the fishing season's arrival, as the first vessel shoved off, we would set a dragon statue alight.
It's all right.
Good commercial advertisement? Where'd that come from? What is that? What do you mean by that? The flames and smokes become a beacon guiding our fishers in darkness. As the Dragon God's protection would too. That was the idea. Now, we only do it for special departures. I've learned so much about your culture.
I'm quite grateful.
Pleased to hear it. What did you wish for?
That's...
My wish is in support of the country. Welcome back, Meteor. What do you mean miss the days of good commercial advertising? You're amazing.
Oh, you.
First time I met you, I felt there was something special. Truly, deeply special about you. And now I know I wasn't mistaken. What do you mean? I mean just what I said.
I'm indebted to you now.
It's so wonderful to have time to talk with you like this. Thank you very much for inviting me out. Actually, I have a gift for you. If I bring it to the inn, would you do me the honor of receiving it? It's a little keepsake when I was in the Dancehall Festival. I think it will serve you well on your journey. Promise you I will treasure it always. Oh, it's not so much the thing itself. I just wanted to give you something. Dancing Kreuzer.
Tell, you hear all that? What that cry was talking about?
Yeah. Sounded proper familiar to me.
It's easy to blame the Sanctus Church for the whole thing. But maybe not all of them were happy about it. Makes you think. I remember St. Rella looked like her heart was breaking, seeing us at death's door. Maybe she knew what was going on.
What's going on?
Del. What do we believe in, really? Are we absolutely positive that, you know, Count Luis's vision and ours have enough in common?
I thought we were done talking about this. He's the reason we got this far. A couple of Parapus orphans. Nobody else wants us. Nobody cares about us. We'd be nothing without Count Luis.
I know, Del, but he makes all them speeches about equality, but in the end, he's gonna leave the weak to die. I heard him talk about his ideal world, and it sounds like a world where we'd have died alone in the dirt. No Saint Rella to save us. Is that what we're fighting for?
Too late for that kind of talk, brother. Blood on our hands either way.
Hey! What are you two doing on your own? Come join the party! You'll miss the whole festival.
Lady Juna.
What's that look about? I know you're absolutely smitten with me, love, but you needn't be so tense about it.
Do you plan to kill Count Luis?
What?
What are you talking
Outright.
about? He can't be killed anyway.
Lady Juna, I don't think your heart is with Count Luis anymore. Or maybe it never was. There's a side of you that you only show them. But us, starting to think we've never seen the real you.
Are you really so worried for Count Luis? He's the one who measures worth in power. So what would he think to hear you underestimating him?
So you don't actually work for Forden or nothing then? No ulterior motives?
I've been with Count Luis since before the race even started, haven't I? Ever since he was stripped of command.
Hey, Del.
I'm sorry if I made you worry. That's my fault. But trust me on this. I promise I'll make sure this world's got more to give you two than despair.
She's telling the truth. She didn't say
I
no.
saw it with my own eyes.
She didn't say no. She didn't deny them. And she kind of answered the questions in an indirect way.
That lance gets past the king's magic. That means it can kill a candidate. They were testing it among themselves, and Lady Juna was right there with them.
You serious?
How are we supposed to report that to Count Luis?
Oh, don't worry, it's my own problem. I told you to leave the thinking to me.
You know why? I really like Lady Juna's songs. And I like seeing you listening to her when you get the chance. You got arm around your heart, Del, and her music pierces it. I don't want to kill Lady Juna. And you don't either, Del. Do you?
So?
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy.
What now?
I shall see to it that everyone is protected.
Samurai, paladin. This is getting heavy. This is getting really heavy. Okay.
Good night.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Hold on.
Okay then.
Grand, isn't it?
All right then. Let's head there right away. What now?
I am nervous. My heart is pounding. Like, legitimately pounding. Stuff is going to go down really, really hard right now. I am feeling it in my bones.
Looks like the sea's settled somewhat. We've got a map of the Altaberry region too. I'd say we're set.
Now we can leave with our minds clear and pockets full, eh? Where are those brothers? Out on errands?
I say we just leave them behind.
No.
Yeah, that seems like a bad idea.
Well, long as we've got a minute alone, let's go over our plan. As soon as we get to Altaberry, we give Luis the fake lance Nuris made up for us.
While I hold on to the real one.
Then, on the eve of this divine relic dedication ceremony, we use the real lance to end this, once and for all. He doesn't know we've worked out its powers. We'll use that to our advantage. Juna, we'll need you to convince Luis to attend the eve of the festival.
Oh, I've been pestering him to do so for a while now. Don't want him spending the evening in his heavily fortified Skyrunner after all.
So where is the false lance in question?
Right here, ready to poke an eye out. Oh, what do you think? A dead ringer, eh?
It's almost identical.
Such detail. Even I can't tell them apart.
When we get to Altaberry, we'll pass off the fake to Luis. Then, we execute our plan.
Oh, by the way, I was talking with the Magnus brothers earlier. Think they might be onto us.
That's not good. We'll need to be more careful.
Wait, footsteps. Speak of the devils. We'll need to hide the real Lance.
You're late. We were about to leave you behind.
Right. All present and counted? Anchors away, what?
Aye, aye, me hearties! What's wrong then? Is that not the customary exclamation of sailors?
I wouldn't believe everything he says.
'Tis a strange melancholy, leaving the people we have so recently come to know.
We'll be back. With some fantastic tales to tell them too.
Yes, certainly.
This is Altaberry Heights. We'll make faster progress back on land.
Snow. Snow. Is this an icy area?
With a new ally in tow, the Gauntlet Runner at last departs the island toward the eastern side of the inland sea. Their destination is the Principality of Montario. Its vast mountain crags, so different from the western terrain, can be seen clearly from the water. Their forthcoming task would be their greatest trial yet. They felt the tension rise in wordless silence.
Indeed. What now?
Okay. So, we're about at the 2-hour mark. We are going to pause here and resume in a bit, guys. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. We will be right back with some more Metaphor ReFantazio. I am just going to stretch my legs, get myself some more coffee, maybe get myself something to eat. We'll be back here before very long. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Don't go anywhere. See you guys around. Bye.